I spent 2 days waking up at 4:30 a.m. to shoot this. That was pretty much my entry journal for this year. So this video is pretty much about how slow the industry has been. I don't know if you're a filmmaker and you actually are in the industry, whether you're a camera operator or a DP or a video editor or a photographer, if you're actually in the film industry, you probably felt the hit of the industry and its changes. One being because of the writer's strike. There is a writer's strike happening, so they're putting a lot of productions on pause. But not just that, the way the economy and inflation is going, budget cuts, right? We all get them, including the film industry. And so because of that, it has been extremely slow for a lot of people. And not even just that, I have been so uninspired and unmotivated, and I don't even know where it's came from. I don't know if it's because on social media I'm seeing the same trends and everybody's doing the same thing, and so to me there's no originality, or people are creating in the same way, just sharing how to do things but not actually sharing work because they know that's going to help get them followers. And so I just wanted to find a way to bring originality back to who I was as a creative and what that looked like how was I going to show up in the world in this new age of creativity. Like, we all know that AI is taking over and the way TikTok and Instagram. So it's like, Brittany, how are you going to show up in this creative space? And recently I started to feel more like I could, and there are 3 reasons why. And so these are 3 tips that I want to share with you all. If the industry has been slow for you and you're trying to figure out what to do in the meantime, or if you've just been feeling unmotivated and uninspired to even create content for yourself, and if you've just been stuck, hopefully these 3 tips will help you out. So with that, tip number 1 is use what you've seen, what you've liked, what you've bookmarked to then be your inspiration. So one of the things that really helped with this particular video is the first shot. Now, I don't know if you all picked up on the vibes, but Moonlight is one of my favorite films, and if you remember the film, you see the little boy at the beach looking out into the ocean before he turns. And that has always been an image that has been stuck in my head. I put it as a favorite on Shot Deck. And it was like, one day I'm going to shoot this. And as I start thinking of how I can show up and creatively and how I can use, my voice and explain what I've been going through and create this visual journey, that was the first shot that came into my head. This is the perfect opportunity to create that shot, but for me. And so that's what made me even just think about the ocean in general, of like, I can finally create this shot and it makes sense to my story, right? So if you look at the first shot, it's saying I'm reintroducing myself to the ocean, which in turn is me reintroducing myself to my creativity. So when you think about the ocean, you think about being free, you think about, just doing whatever it is that you want to do, whether it's you want to lay at the ocean, you want to go into the water, you want to run in circles and you just want to scream, whatever it is that you do at the ocean, you just always feel free. Like, the ocean is just free. That's the same thing with my creativity. I just wanted to feel free again, to just create, and it come from the heart. And so not only was I reintroducing myself to the ocean, because I haven't been in a long time, but I was reintroducing myself to my creativity. So use what you see in your surroundings, whether it's a movie, whether it's a photo, whether it's a video on YouTube, to continue to inspire you, and don't sit on your ideas. Again, it took 2 days, and both days I kept trying to psych myself out from going to the beach. Like, I'm tired, I don't feel like doing it, but I'm so glad that I went. I had so much fun. I've not had that much fun in a while creating for myself. So you never know what's gonna come up from it. Even though you might push yourself and discourage yourself from doing it, when you do it, you're gonna feel great. Okay, so I need to get like really close so I can talk to you all really quickly. Just
public service announcements.
so music is one of the biggest things when it comes to storytelling, like sound effects and music, and how to bring the audience into your world to feel what you want them to feel and to visually be able to be impacted by this environment. So you gotta think about music a part of your process. As a filmmaker, I'm always making sure that I'm thinking about how I want this flow to be with the storytelling before I even start shooting. So music should be a thought before you even go out there and do what it is that you do, just to make sure that the story and every element in that creation just really draws people in, right? Like I'm drawing you guys in. And so with that, I wanted to talk to you all about the sponsors of this video, which is Artlist. And I love Artlist, and the reason why is because, one, I love their catalog. I've tried many websites that offer sound and music, and by far they have the largest catalog personally to me, and it's so easy to maneuver around. You know, you can maneuver around the mood or the type of project that you're shooting, the type of instrument that you want to be the key element. Like, it just has everything that you need. Used all the music and all the sound effects from Artlist because, yes, they have sound effects as well. Guys, I promise you, will I steer you wrong? This is what my YouTube is about, okay? You get a 2-month free subscription if you go through my link. I got y'all on this. So let's get back to the video and the tips. Let's go. Tip number 2 is to be still. And I say that because when the industry gets slow, we always try to like go faster, which is weird. So we try to figure out like, okay, it's slow, I'm not getting paid. Like, what can I do? Da 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 da. And I gotta do this and I gotta do that and I gotta create. And now you're forcing yourself to create because now you feel like you're sitting so much. But in those times, I realized that being still and sitting is how you actually come up with more ideas because you're allowing your mind to reset. So instead of like jumping quickly to try to create and get things out and force yourself to do these things and run on fumes, use the time that is slow. Like COVID was perfect because it stopped a lot of us and we were forced to be still and take it easy and reset. And a lot of great ideas came from that. A lot of YouTube pages came from that. A lot of entrepreneurs came from that because we were able to be still and create a plan and rethink some things about how we wanted to show up in these spaces and in the world and as ourselves. So tip number 2, just be still sometimes. Like, don't run into it head on. Just take that moment to think about some things and think maybe this is an opportunity to reset and start over or start afresh. So tip number 2, be still. And the last tip that I do want to say is be you. So I know Instagram and all of the TikTok, they have all these trends, which is great. However, you have to find a way to also still be original. Show your creativity. Like, don't get so stuck into what everyone else is doing and feeling like, well, they're successful because they're doing the trends or they're doing this, so maybe I will. But everybody's path is different and you have to figure out what works for you. And it's not always about the followers, because a lot of people can have a lot of followers and ain't getting paid. So the followers clearly don't really matter. You know, I don't have a lot of followers on Instagram or YouTube. However, brands still reach out to me and people are still inspired by the work that I do. So really figure out why you're really doing what you're doing and be you. Find out how you can show up in your true, authentic self creatively and be that. And let people learn to grow into that, into loving that, not trying to be what someone else is or what others are doing and then just trying to hop aboard. But like, we still need originality in this world. We still need original creativity and authenticity in this world, especially in the creative life. So definitely be you. And I feel like this video was a true representation of who I am and who I want to like move forward to moving forward. So hopefully these tips helped. Let me know if you have been feeling uninspired or if you've been feeling unmotivated. And if you are motivated or inspired, what are some tips and tricks that you do to stay in that space? Also, if you've been feeling the hit from the industry, what have you been doing? Like, some people are getting closer to their families. Some people are traveling more. I went to Japan for my birthday. Like, you know, we're all just trying to figure it out. And so hopefully we can continue to help each other. So thank y'all so much for watching. I know this was like not a typical video, but essentially this is also a reintroduction to YouTube for me. since I've been gone for so long. So thank y'all for just following me on this journey. I love y'all so much. Definitely like this video, share with your friends, and I will see you all in the next video.